Hey everybody, it's Knife here, and today we're going to be talking about a little known game called Super Mario 64. Now, if you've been living under a rock or were born 5 minutes ago, let me explain to you what Mario is. In 1983, Mario Bros. Released, with the funny little guy from the Donkey Kong games. A few years later, in 1985, they released the platformer Super Mario Bros., which was revolutionary. I mean, you're telling me I can run and jump? I'm sold. After this, it was like Mario had just gotten a power star, because he was unstoppable. I mean, there were games, TV shows, movies. I might even talk about the TV shows and movies some days, because those are something. But in 1996, Nintendo decided to show off the capabilities of their new N64 console with Super Mario 64. This game had made some changes that were then further cemented into the series. The first of them being Mario's looks. He now stripes the blue overalls with the red undershirt and the red cap. His voice is something else that's different. Originally, Nintendo wanted to go with a higher pitched voice. Like that of maybe like a cartoon character or something. But they chose Charles Martinet instead. He then went on to voice Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, and there's possibly a few others, I don't know. Even though there have been a few things in that game that have stayed true until today, there are still a few things that have changed. The first of them being Princess Peach, who used to be named Princess Toadstool, and besides looking a little different, had a different voice actress as well. The next was Bowser, or as he used to be known as, King Koopa. So this was one of the first big 3D games out there, and with that, it was one of the first controllable cameras in a 3D environment. No one had ever even committed blasphemy like this, but now that Nintendo had, there was no going back. So how did they want to explain this 3D camera to the player? They made it a guy. So in this game, they had Lakitu, or Lakitu, I don't know how you say it, controlling the cameras, and this has been an enemy since the original Mario games, so seeing them kind of help you somewhat by controlling the camera was pretty interesting. So, in games past, to get from level to level, there was just a screen where you'd choose this level or that level, or you'd exit the game if you wanted to. But now there's a 3D overworld where you can navigate and explore and find little secrets too. This is Peach's castle, and this is your main hub between worlds. So, this game handles power-ups kind of differently from other games. Other games, you just hit a question block and there's a chance there's like a fire flower or something. But in these games, you have to unlock them. So there are 3 power-ups that you're able to use throughout the levels, with the first of them being the wing cap, which is accessed by looking into the light after receiving 10 stars. For the vanish cap, you must enter the secret level vanish cap under the moat and hit the blue switch. And for the metal cap, you need to hit the green switch in Hazy Mazy Cave. So throughout the game, you will be tasked with many different challenges. You will be then rewarded with a star at the end of them. However, among the levels, there are a few stars that stay consistent. The first of those being the 8 red coin star, which has you traversing the map looking for 8 red coins. Then there's the 100 coin star, which is different from the other stars in that it doesn't take you out of the level, and you're able to get it in every map. Each stage contained 7 stars with the 100 coin star, and combined with some secret stars, that adds for 120 total stars throughout the game. Each world in the game is accessed by these paintings, which Bowser has created a mini world in using his power stars. Each star is hidden behind a painting, and each painting is hidden behind a door with a number of stars needed to access. So the first of these worlds is the Bomb Battlefield, which has the player just really getting used to the 3D movement. It has a few easy stars, like fighting King Babam or racing Koopa the Quick. The next of the courses is Womp's Fortress. Now, this one is one of my favorites. I don't know why, but just something about it I think is really fun. I think some of its most notable features are the fact that there's not a fortress in the first star, and then there is a fortress afterwards. Is it made from King Thwomp? Did something happen in between those 2 stars? We may never know. The 100 coin star also feels insanely easy to do in this one, and I think it's just because it's so compact and small that you don't have to go running far for coins, as opposed to some of the other levels later in the game. So this level was actually recreated in Super Mario Galaxy 2, called the Throwback Galaxy. You go there and you fight King Thwomp, and it's really cool. Speaking of cool, we have Cool Mountain, which is a ice level. There are things from slides to penguins to slides and more penguins. What can't you love? Jolly Roger Bay is the first water level, and besides the amazing music, there is also the Unagi Eel. Big Boo's Haunt is a haunted mansion that you traverse throughout the stars, and you even fight a few Big Boos in the top and the bottom of the mansion. Lethal Lava Land is the first level you see in the basement of the castle, and another one of my favorites. I think once you defeat the big bully and understand how to do that, it's pretty easy. Granted, I did die there a lot as a kid and while recording this video, but it's still pretty fun. And I think there's some pretty cool stars, like the sliding puzzle that has the 8 red coins, and a few in the volcano that I won't spoil for ya. Shifting Sandlands has that stupid fucking bird Klepto that steals your hat. Now, if you don't know, it's not just a cosmetic thing. Getting your hat stolen in this game basically brings your luck down. You get bombs out of any of these little boxes, and you also take double damage. It's just annoying. However, the pyramid does kind of redeem it because it has a mini boss fight. Hazy Maze Cave is super spooky with its eyeballs and its spiders and its lack of coins. Seriously though, where are they? I think, yep. So it has the most coins in the game, but it feels like the 100 coin star is nearly impossible to do. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. However, the level did introduce some staples to the Mario series, such as Metal Mario and Nessie. Dire Docks actually requires you to get 1 star, kind of acting like a gate, before defeating Bowser for the 2nd time. Other than that, it doesn't have a bunch going for it, I feel. There's some marine life like manta rays, sharks, sea cyclones. Tall Mountain is exactly that. A tall mountain. One that you must climb again, and again, and again, and again, and again. It's fun, trust me. I love it. There is actually a slide, which is pretty fun, and there's the cute little monkeys, which I really like. I like their little N64 models. I think they're really cute. Also, my favorite Mario enemy, Monty Mole, is there. I love that little guy. Tiny Huge Island is actually a really cool concept. So when you walk into the room, you see the one normal size painting, but as you go through, you see to your left and your right, there's actually a small painting and a very big painting. Now, what these do is they change your size in the level. So there are certain things you can do while super tiny in the level and certain things you can do while super big in the level. You can also go in a few conveniently located pipes to change your size throughout the level, because sometimes it is needed. Wiggler's also here. In the comments, type hashtag Waluigi Wednesday if you like Waluigi, or type hashtag Wiggler Wednesday if you like Wiggler. Also, there's this fish here, and he's sick as fuck, and he's cool, and he has glasses, so. Snowman's Land is another snow world, surprisingly, but I would say it has enough to differ it from Cool Mountain. It has water that hurts you, it has water that really hurts you, it also has some of the chili bullies, which have 1 horn, like this. It also has a big snowman, so that's cool. Wet Dry World is actually a pretty cool concept for a water level. So basically you're able to change the water level with these little gizmos here, and it changes how you traverse the level. I think it's actually pretty cool, and I don't think it's really been done since. Nothing I could think of. So that means I'm right. There's nothing that it could be if I didn't think of it. So next up we have Tick Tock Clock. Now, I fucking hate this one. I think all the moving platforms, there's too many. And with the controls, it just doesn't work out. It sucks. It sucks. Tick Tock Clock lovers, be mad. You can make it all stop though if you have the big hand strike 12 before you go into the level. So that's how I made it manageable. Last of the worlds is Rainbow Ride. Take everything I said about Tick Tock Clock. It's not about Tick Tock Clock anymore. That level's fine. Rainbow Ride fucking sucks. I didn't even get a star. I played through the entirety of this game. I'm actually looking at the end screen on my TV right now. I played through the entirety of this game. I got 70 stars, which is the minimum that you need to fight Bowser. I didn't play that level. Well, no, I played it. I played it a few fucking times. But I didn't get a star once. I didn't get one single star. Well, it wasn't fun. The magic carpet gets weird. It gets really fucking weird. I mean, I don't know. The only thing it really has going for it in my eyes is like it kind of looks cool. Got the whole cool vibe of like being in the sky. But all the platforming fucking sucks. I hate it. And if you don't hate it, then you're wrong. Now, I have, intentionally actually, left out 3 courses. These are the Bowser fight courses. In games past, you would just run through a castle. This time, Bowser has created his own mini world. So we have Bowser in the Dark World, Bowser in the Fire Sea, and Bowser in the Sky. In these levels, you're able to get an 8 red coin, no 100 stars though, and you're also able to insult Bowser's sexuality. No, but for real though, they had to retcon that line. It was originally supposed to be so longy Bowser. I don't know why I'm doing that. Like Longey, like, oh, so long. Like, I don't know, he's Italian. But it just sounded like he was saying, so long, Bowser. Another thing I want to talk about, which I actually don't have anything written down for, but is speedrunning. This is one of the most speedrun games, like, ever. That's probably wrong, but it's somewhat true. I mean, people have broken the hell out of this game, right? To the point where people have even found out ways to beat this game with 0 stars. Through a bunch of tricks and clever platforming, stuff that I could never do. There's the backwards long jump. Yeah, I think, yeah, Super Mario 64 is the game that kind of got me interested in speedrunning, like a decade ago, which is something to say. And yeah, I definitely think really checking out any game that you liked playing as a kid, even if you're not super into video games, just look up like the game you liked as a kid, speedrun. And it's crazy sometimes, trust me. So last thing I want to mention before I go is that there was a remake for the game on the DS called Super Mario 64 DS. Isn't that a mouthful? This was actually my first experience with the game and the one I played through as a kid, not the original one. And it's pretty cool. It adds a decent bit besides a graphical update. It adds Luigi, Wario, and Yoshi as playable characters. You actually start off playing as Yoshi as opposed to Mario. There are also 30 new stars, so that's pretty cool. You got 150 now. And then, on top of all of that, there were minigames added. Now, granted, when they were the minigames kind of just directly poured over from New Super Mario Bros., still, it's cool, it's fun. And last but not least, they added a few multiplayer modes that were actually pretty fun. So my thoughts on this game. I like it. I do. The controls are obviously very dated. I'm just gonna get this past, we're just gonna get past this. It controls like shit. It controls so poorly, I did not want to play it by the time I was done. I thought I had to get 75 stars, and once I realized it was only 70 to beat the game, I clenched my body so hard that I bit my cheek. So, that's my experience with the controls in this game. But I will say, I mean, that aside, I think Super Mario 64 kind of set the charming tone that the rest of the Mario games have going forward, and I think it is very important that it came out. Well, yeah, that's it, guys. I think, I mean, if you haven't played Super Mario 64 and you like platformers at all, I think you should. There's like a million ways to play it. You can play it on original hardware, you know, the N64. You can do Virtual Console on the Wii or Wii U. You can do Super Mario 3D All-Stars on the Switch. You can do N64 Virtual Console on the Switch. Just a few ways to play it. Those are like the ways you can play it right now. Well, I guess not the Wii or Wii U, because the eShops are closed. But still, there's a lot of ways to play this game. So if it's something you want to do, you can. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I like doing this. I like making these. It's fun. Bye.